Can't use the A7IV because I sold it. The lens I have on the FX3 right here is almost certainly one that you have overlooked. It's a Sony lens, it has optical steady shot built into it. It's also a power zoom lens. It also cost me just over $150 used. So let's chat about why you actually might want to reconsider or even consider this lens. Let's pause there for a second because that's how I wanted to start this video, but everything this weekend just went to shit really quickly. So everything started to unwind when this lens turned up. I got very excited about the video idea I had, doing a lot on cheap and budget lenses recently. You can watch some of those up here. If you haven't realized by now, it's the 16 to 50 variable 3.5 to 5.6 aperture kit lens.
Is he serious? Unfortunately, yes.
Does have all the features I talked about at the beginning, but when you put this on a FX3 or an A7S3, you can't shoot in crop mode, which you need to do with an APS-C lens like this, on the A7S3 or FX3 in 4K. And I can't use the A7IV because I sold it.
He did what?
I mean, don't get me wrong, you definitely can shoot with this, but it looks like this. It's a vibe. It's definitely a circa 1990 skateboard fisheye vibe. There goes my idea for the video, which was meant to be a sponsored video by Epidemic Sound. Speaking of which, there is a deal on screen. Chris from the future here, Chris with power. So this deal I'm talking about is actually 50% off of the entire first year if you sign up for the personal plan. New users only, you still get your first 30 days free. We'll chat more about Epidemic later, but let's get back to the video. So that was the first of the things to go wrong. Second has something to do with why my truck is somewhat beaten up. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know that normally I'm sat in the studio filming stuff. But this is what it looks like right now to film in the studio. It's black, because we are day 4 of no power. This probably won't be in focus. That tree's gonna throw it off. This isn't a Sony camera or a Sony lens. Guess below in the comment section what you think it is. But anyway, why no power? Mother Nature. She had a hissy fit.
Incredible storm, one of the most destructive in Ontario's history. Tornado-strength winds.
Over 120 kilometers an hour.
150,000 homes remain without power.
This church, right here, it's missing the whole steeple. It just blew down. Think about how powerful something has to be to just blow down brick. These were actually, this is a brand new subdivision here. These houses just blew down. Now, I know this stuff exists and happens all over the world, but I've never seen it personally. Imagine the power to knock down brand new built houses. This is a trail, or was a trail, standing on a tree that was this way and now it's this way, and I don't know if you can see there, that's the roots, just lifted straight out the ground. Another victim of the storm. My truck had a fight with the barn and didn't win. Barn roof fell right on top, just wedged right in there. Look, I was a bit worried it wasn't going to be covered under insurance because of act of God. Turns out though it is. So that's good. Trying to stay positive throughout this whole situation though. I mean, look at it this way. A barn fell on the truck and that's all that happened. If that's not a sales pitch for a truck, I don't know what is. Contents of that are truly done. I mean, it's only beer in there anyway, but contrary to what people think, British people don't drink warm beer. So I know you're thinking, why did you sell your A7IV, Chris? Well, I just stopped using it, to be honest. With the FX3 and the A7S3, I just tended to pick up those instead. I know a lot of the time I shoot 4K, or I need to shoot 4K 60, and the crop bothered me occasionally, so I just stopped using it, sold it, and now I regret it because this video should have been something else. Well, Chris, if you regret it so much, why don't you just go and buy another one? I mean, they are readily available now, most places. Well, I kind of already used the money to purchase this big setup, and if you haven't clued into what it is yet, there's a little giveaway for you. Friday, I think it was. I've lost track of what day it is. Had to rush our son to the hospital as well. He's okay now. Had to stay the night. Don't need to get into the reasons why, but he's okay. When I said it was been one of those weekends, it's definitely been one of those weekends. So if you're still here now, thank you. Obviously been a bit of a challenging week. This video today was sponsored by Epidemic Sound. It was meant to be something completely different, but it took on a life of its own. And I tried to create pacing throughout this video and change it up by using music and sound effects. You may have noticed, you may not have noticed. All of that was from Epidemic Sound. As I mentioned earlier, you can take advantage of an offer that we have going on right now by using the code on the screen or the link down below. That will get you 50% off of your entire first year with the personal plan. That's on top of the 30 days free you do get, which is commitment free. You can cancel at the end of that 30 days and have no charge. But I think once you start using Epidemic, you will realize that there's a ton of reasons to stick with them. Doesn't
matter if you're making videos for yourself, for YouTube like I am, or if you're part of an in-house agency, there's a license that Epidemic has to cover pretty much every scenario. The personal plan covers you for YouTube, for Instagram, for TikTok, wherever you want to post your content. You're not going to have any issues with copyright whatsoever. Your content is safe. You're not going to receive any flags for anybody. You can monetize it. You're good. And they do have a commercial plan as well. So if you're making big projects for other people or for your business, freelancing jobs, there is something for that as well. Actually, one of my favorite ways to find music right now, because I'm trying to experiment with different kinds to see what works, what doesn't work, is to just go on their trending page. Things that I wouldn't typically think of using, but just, I don't know, they have a good rhythm and a good beat to them, and I quite like them. That is that for today's video. Thank you, Epidemic Sound, for sponsoring today's video, for supporting this channel. I will see you in the next video. Take care.